we propose one reason why your team won't win it all.
Do I feel like they're Super Bowl contenders? No.
And we end up being correct on 31 of the 32 teams. So let's dive into one reason why your team has no chance at winning Super Bowl 60. Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray doesn't have the it factor. Last year's Cardinals started out 6-4, only to lose 5 of their final 7 games. So in other words, Murray is not clutch at all. He keeps starting out well, then just implodes in the second half. And there is just no reason to expect that to change this year. Atlanta Falcons, the QB engine. We need to see more of Michael Penix Jr. to believe that he's capable of leading Atlanta to the promised land. If Penix isn't the answer, then the solution certainly isn't a fading Kirk Cousins. Baltimore Ravens, playoff Lamar Jackson. Even Lamar's biggest fans can't deny it. He has underwhelmed continuously in the postseason. A 3-5 record, 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and an 84.6 passer rating. Jackson could throw 100 touchdowns and 0 picks in the regular season, and Baltimore could go 17-0. And we still wouldn't pick them to win the Super Bowl. Buffalo Bills, the Chiefs' roadblock. Josh Allen is 4-1 against Patrick Mahomes in the regular season, but 0-4 against his arch nemesis in the postseason. You know, Allen and the Bills can beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the regular season, but the playoffs have just been a whole nother story. Carolina Panthers, the D is Swiss cheese. Even if Bryce Young has a breakout season in year 3, it's not like he's gonna get any help from his defense. They finished dead last in scoring last year and lost their best pass rusher, Jadeveon Clowney, and standout safety, Xavier Woods. Chicago Bears, lack of bite on defense. The Bears revamped the offensive line and brought in new weaponry for Caleb Williams. That's beautiful and all, but who's going to make the plays on defense? None of their players even hit 6 sacks last year, and bringing in a past his prime Grady Jarrett to help is not the solution. Cincinnati Bengals, the offense cannot do it all. The Bengals defense wasted career years from Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase last year. Oh, and this already crappy defense lost one of its best players and linebacker Jermaine Pratt. With a bottom 10 defense, the Bengals are poised to fall short of the Lombardi Trophy once again. Cleveland Browns, 4 QBs, no solutions. The Browns are mega media darlings because of Shedeur Sanders, but let's not act like Deion Sanders' kid will just step in and save the day as a rookie. Same goes for fellow rookie Dylan Gabriel, 40-year-old Joe Flacco, and ex-Steeler Kenny Pickett. Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones. Yeah, the Cowboys' polarizing owner remains the key factor behind this team's 30-year Super Bowl drought. Moral of the story is that Jerry will always find a way to sabotage his team's Super Bowl chances. It's just the Jones way. Denver Broncos, the Chiefs. Excluding last season's Week 18 win when the Chiefs rested their starters, the Broncos have one win over Kansas City since 2016. On paper, Sean Payton's group has the talent to field a top 5 offensive and defensive unit, but they're not about to topple KC in the AFC West. Detroit Lions, lack of depth on defense. We know all about their offensive firepower and the amount of game changers on defense. The only real concern here is if injuries pile up on defense again. Because, as we saw last year, this unit does not function the same without key stars like Aiden Hutchinson and Malcolm Rodriguez. Green Bay Packers, down on the corner. Pardon the reference to the CCR hit song. Down on the corner. But yeah, cornerback is a bit of a concern for the Packers after releasing All-Pro Jair Alexander and watching former first-round pick Eric Stokes leave for Las Vegas. Houston Texans, the O-line. Stroud was sacked 52 times last year. The Texans traded away their best lineman, Laramie Tunsil, to Washington and released Shaq Mason. So, tell us how the Texans are going to get through the top dogs in the AFC when Stroud is running for his life all game long. Indianapolis Colts, QB conundrum. The Colts are either going with the oft-injured and unproven Anthony Richardson or failed former New York Giants experiment Daniel Jones behind center. Yeah, one of the 2 worst starting QBs the last 2 years is going to lead Indy to the promised land. Sure. Jacksonville Jaguars, no protection for T-Law. Even if Trevor Lawrence stays healthy and maximizes the luxury of Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr. as his weapons, this O-line is just downright terrifying for us in a bad way. Kansas City Chiefs, Chiefs, problems protecting Patrick. The Eagles laid out the blueprint to defeating Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in their Super Bowl 59 beatdown. With All-Pro guard Joe Thuney getting shipped to Chicago in a cap-saving move, the O-line looks even weaker than last year's starting group. If rookie Josh Simmons and free agent signing Jalen Moore aren't able to step in as quality starters, protecting Mahomes will remain a problem and prevent KC from its 4th Lombardi trophy with this core. Las Vegas Raiders, shorthanded in the secondary. The Raiders were a middle-of-the-pack team against the pass last year. This offseason, they lost safety Traven Merrick and standout cornerback Nate Hobbs. We do not see newcomers Jeremy Chin and Eric Stokes as upgrades over those two either. Los Angeles Chargers are gonna charger. It sounds like a cliche, but it's just true. The Chargers had an elite head coach in Jim Harbaugh and the league's #1 scoring D last season. And yet they still got crushed by a shorthanded Houston team in the wildcard round. It's been the same case since the Phillip Rivers, LaDainian Tomlinson, and Antonio Gates days. No matter how much all-world talent they have, the Bolts will always find a way to blow it. Los Angeles Rams, the pass defense. The Rams have a potent offense and one of the league's best front sevens, sure, but we're surprised that GM Les Snead neglected the secondary this offseason, especially considering that they ranked 20th against the pass and struggled to hold their own against elite teams. Miami Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa's health. The Dolphins are contenders if he's healthy, and absolute frauds if he's not. If Tagovailoa goes down to injury, the Dolphins are done for. Sorry, but Zach Wilson is not saving the day if Tagovailoa misses significant time again. Minnesota Vikings, strapped of secondary support. It is worrisome that they lost safety Cam Bynum and corner Shaquille Griffin in free agency. As the Rams showed, you can easily pick apart this defense if the O-line does not get manhandled by the front seven. New England Patriots, Josh Allen, and Tua Tagovailoa haven't left. Yeah, Josh Allen has been the unofficial owner of the Patriots since Tom Brady's departure in 2020. Oh, and Tagovailoa is perfect 7-0 against the Patriots in his career. Solve your divisional foes first before you think about another Lombardi, Pats Nation. New Orleans Saints, Operation Tank Job has commenced. With Derek Carr retiring, the Saints have a QB room of Spencer Rattler and unproven rookie Tyler Shuck. They won't admit it, but the Saints are really tanking and just hoping to get a franchise-changing QB with a top 5 pick next year. New York Giants, Eli Manning and Saquon Barkley aren't here anymore. Manning retired 5 years ago, so the Giants can't rely on more Eli magic to lead them on an improbable Super Bowl run. Saquon Barkley left for nothing and just had a career year with the Eagles.
I'm gonna have a tough time sleeping if Saquon goes to Philadelphia, I'll tell you that.
He too is not about to walk through that door. New York Jets, downgrade at QB. Say what you want about all the drama and headaches Aaron Rodgers brought to the Jets, but I mean, come on. Fact remains, he is a way better QB than Justin Fields. Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl hangover. The Eagles are bringing back the same star-studded core from last year. If there is one concern here, it is the well-documented Super Bowl hangover. Pittsburgh Steelers, the Aaron Rodgers dilemma. We want to think that Rodgers will dial in and focus on football, but what if he destroys the locker room and team morale, kind of like what we saw with the Jets? What if he goes back onto the Pat McAfee show to spread more ridiculous conspiracy theories? Or what if his bluntness and outspoken ways just alienate the players? The Steelers are living and dying by Aaron Rodgers. San Francisco 49ers, missing pieces on defense. The 49ers lost all-pro safety Talanoa Hufanga, top corner Charvarius Ward, superstar linebacker Dre Greenlaw, and standout pass rusher Leonard Floyd this offseason. So, how will Kyle Shanahan's top-heavy defense work its magic and deal with the onslaught of potent offenses in the NFC again? Seattle Seahawks, the passing game. Even if Darnold is an upgrade over Geno Smith, it's a bit of a stretch to think that he'll regain the superstar-like form that we saw in Minnesota last year. We are skeptical of Darnold breaking out because the Seahawks traded superstar DK Metcalf and cut Tyler Lockett. They overpaid for past his prime receiver Cooper Kupp in free agency, so instead of 3 studs at wideout, they now have Jackson Smith-Njigba and a fading Kupp. Is that really a Super Bowl caliber passing game? No, didn't think so. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the O-line. All-pro tackle Tristan Wirfs Jr. will miss the start of the year recovering from knee surgery, and Robert Hainsey left for Jacksonville in free agency. If that group can't hold up without Wirfs, well, Baker Mayfield's gonna be in for a long season. Tennessee Titans, Cam Ward is not Superman. Even if the #1 pick has a strong rookie year, he is not going to single-handedly lead them to a Super Bowl. That is an unfair ask for any QB, let alone a rookie. Washington Commanders, The secondary. The Commanders will once again field an explosive offense under superstar QB Jaden Daniels, and the front seven might be better than last year with Von Miller and Dietrich Wise Jr. coming aboard. But we still hate the look of this secondary. Marshawn Lattimore was awful after coming over in a trade deadline deal, and do-it-all safety Jeremy Chin left for Vegas in free agency. As we saw in the NFC Championship game loss to the Philly, the Commanders just do not have the pieces in the secondary to combat top-tier offenses. But who do you think will win Super Bowl 60? Do you agree with our reasoning for your favorite team not being able to climb the mountain? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, then hey, clicking the like button helps us out a ton. And you know, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, then subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.